How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Talking Ball. Jack here, and today we are going to be doing another NBA draft profile, and it's going to be on Ben Simmons. Yes, I've waited a while to do the projected number one overall pick, but that's okay. We're going to get right into it today. So, some statistics from Ben Simmons' only season at LSU. He averaged 19 points a game to go along with 12 rebounds and 5 assists. He got around a block and 2 steals per game while committing 3 fouls and turning it over around 3.5 times. He shot 56% from the field and 67% from the free throw line. As everyone knows by now, Ben Simmons does not shoot the 3 ball, as we'll get into a little bit later. Some strengths for Ben Simmons, and he has a lot of them, as you should know by now. He's obviously projected to be a top 2 pick at this point. Ben Simmons, the reason why everyone is so high on him is because he's 6'10", he's 230 pounds, he's well built, he's very young, but his frame is already filled out well, and he's very athletic. And he can see the floor really well. He's a great passer, whether that's from the post, from outside off the pick and roll, whether he sets the screen or he's the ball handler. He does a great job at just finding open guys, and he's really special, honestly, in the open floor. In transition, Ben Simmons really can make a move out there in transition and find guys in the lane. He's always looking to make the pass. He's not usually looking to score first, which is what draws a lot of teams to him. He's very unselfish, almost too unselfish, which again may be a weakness I mentioned a little bit, but he's a great passer. In terms of his scoring ability, Simmons he's a good scorer when he can get the ball inside. He's able to attack off the bounce and off the dribble, and he can finish really well with either hand, which is something not a lot of kids can do nowadays, and something you can tell he takes a lot of pride in. He really likes finishing with either hand, depending on what's more comfortable in the situation. Lots of times you'll notice he likes to go left but shoot right. It's a little weird, or go right and shoot with his left. He likes to use his opposite hand when shooting down in the lane. In terms of weaknesses, though, for Simmons, he can't shoot, which is the issue, right? Which is the reason why some guys are passing him up on the draft boards. He can't shoot the 3. Not that he can't shoot from inside. He's got good touch around the paint. But from 3, he didn't even attempt any. He only attempted 3 on the season, which is not something you want to see from a potential top pick who isn't a center. So that's going to be a key area of emphasis for Simmons as he develops his career, right? Is he going to be able to develop an outside shot? And that's going to be really a difference in terms of how high his ceiling is. He's got a very high floor, obviously. But where does his ceiling end up? And if he doesn't develop a jump shot, I'm not sure how high it can end up getting. Other weaknesses for Simmons, he was very inconsistent on the defensive end. Yes, he did average 2 steals and about a block a game, but he was always tempting the passing lanes and taking risks, and that's how he was kind of getting those numbers. He wasn't great in terms of team defense and staying within his role. He would kind of try to gamble sometimes if he thought he needed to make a play, which is good from time to time, but I felt like when watching him, he would do this more often than he should, and it left his teammates in a bad spot. Also, the effort isn't always there from him. Maybe that's because he had to do so much on the offensive end, but really that shouldn't be an issue. Your best player's got to be giving a great effort on the defensive end all the time. You would hope that's just a maturity thing, and eventually he's going to consistently be giving a great defensive effort, but some guys just never end up doing that. There's plenty of NBA players who are just one-way players. They don't really play on the defensive end of the ball, and we'll see what Simmons ends up being. With him, I think he's athletic enough to the point where he'll be able to be, very versatile and guard multiple positions if he sets his mind to it. He can definitely guard guards off a switch. He's going to be very adept at that, moving his feet. I think if he just works on it, he can have great footwork on the defensive end. Now, in terms of Ben Simmons' draft projection. Obviously, the LSU Tiger here, he's looking at a top 2 pick. Depending on the lottery and how it shakes out, could be to any number of teams. Obviously, as of right now, the Sixers have the best odds of netting that top pick, and that would be, an interesting decision for them to have to make, right? Because do you add another big body to that team at 6'10" who can't shoot the basketball, further clogging that lane? So it'd be interesting to see if they may be more inclined to pick up Brandon Ingram if they were to win the lottery. I feel like the Lakers or the Celtics would definitely go Simmons if they won the lottery, just because both those teams, I feel like they have enough shooting on the team with Russell and Clarkson on the Lakers, and the Celtics. Jay Crowder can shoot now. Isaiah Thomas has some ability. Avery Bradley. They drafted R.J. Hunter recently. So maybe I think it'd be a tough call for them as well, but I feel like they'd be more inclined to go Simmons. If it was up to me, I would go Ingram for the Celtics, just because I feel like it doesn't hurt to add shooting and versatility there at that position. Who do I think Simmons fits best with? I think this is an interesting question because he is such a versatile player. He can play the 3 or the 4 really in the NBA, but it's a question of where is he going to find the best role. And I think, honestly, the Lakers may just be the best fit for Simmons. I think him as the primary decision maker would be best, honestly, for Russell if he were, allowed to just be the secondary, decision maker. Not necessarily ball handler, but decision maker in terms of assisting. And that would allow Russell to be, more of a score-first guy. And I feel like inherently that's kind of just what he wants to do. He's a scoring point guard who can pass really well, but if he's your second best passer, I think then all of a sudden you have a great offensive team. So I think that'd be a great selection there for the Los Angeles Lakers. But all right, guys, so in terms of Simmons and what his player comp is, I think it's tough for him. I've seen a lot of people compare him to like LeBron James, and I think that's very, very unfair because, I mean, even LeBron had a better jump shot than Ben Simmons at this point. And as we all know, LeBron took many years to really work and craft that jump shot. And so it's going to be tough for Simmons to really catch a LeBron, and I don't think that's necessarily fair. So the guy who I throw out there is a better version of a Lamar Odom. They're about similar size, although I think Lamar may be a little bit taller, but both are tall, pass first, 6'10", 6'11", forwards who can really get their teammates involved. But I think Simmons is going to end up being a more versatile scorer than Odom ended up being in the NBA. But guys, let me know what you guys think about Simmons in the comments below. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and follow us on Twitter. Thank you.